wait, hold on, wait, hold on. Ooh, I made myself big. Whoa, it's the day we've all been waiting for. At least I have. It's finally Halloween! Yay! Hooray! Ah, it's so spooky. And yes, yes, you finally know my big secret panel. It is indeed a Ben Drown panel in 2025. I'm not particularly dressed as anything right now. I would love to. Maybe one day I'll make like a little Halloween costume for myself or something. I don't know. Same as usual. My costume is scary eyes. Yeah, very unsettling. Yeah. So I had a pretty good Halloween today, and so I'm gonna end things tonight by giving you all a presentation that I gave at a certain anime convention not too long ago. It went okay. I believe I told this I told the tale, and unfortunately, the people running the convention, they made me like the very last panel of the night. I had to go out at like 2:30 a.m. until 2 a.m. So like everybody who was there, the very few people that were there were all very tired, and they didn't laugh at any of my jokes, but that's okay because that's why I have you all. You'll all laugh at my jokes, I'm sure. I think I'm very funny, so you'll just have to deal with that. Yep. But yeah, this is gonna be a nice deep dive, pun intended. Hee about my favorite ARG ever of all time, Ben Drowned. Hold on. Let me set the scene. I have music. Okay. Ooh. Oh, I gotta turn it down in my headset. Oh my gosh. Why did I have my headset up so loud? Anyways, yeah. So, okay. I guess we'll just get started. Also, yeah, you get to see more Miku cursor. All right. Oh, sorry. I'll be reading as much of the text that shows up on the screen. Hold on. Let me move myself. Actually, I'll move myself a little bit down here. Let's try to, because I decorated the crap out of this presentation. All right. I put so much effort into this, only for them to put me at the very last panel of the night. And I was freaking out too because I was all by myself. I didn't know how to get the projector to work at all, and kind of neither did the guy that was like, he was like the con ops guy. But we figured it out. So, anyways, why is this a panel? It's not. It's a YouTube stream. I guess I should have renamed that. Why is this a YouTube stream? I made this because I have been way too invested in this ARG, and pretty much everyone who knows the series is only familiar with the Haunted Cartridge arc, maybe the Moon Children arc, maybe, and that's not good enough for me. So I am here to force my fandom special interest onto other people. Yay! Had to save the best for last. Yeah, sure. And yes, it is an ARG, not a creepypasta. It started out as a creepypasta, but the intention was always for it to be an ARG. Fun fact. And so in this panel, or in this YouTube stream, I gotta rename everything in my brain to be YouTube stream. This is a YouTube stream. It's not a panel anymore. We're on youtube.com. In this YouTube stream, I will be detailing and breaking down the main story arcs in chronological order. I just realized I did not have my mouse on the other side. Oopsie daisy. Really quick before we get into everything, I want to give a content warning. You know, this is a scary story, so scary, bad things happen. So in this story, there is mentions of murder, child death, everyone's favorite, suicide, cults, unnerving images, but the pictures, they're not too bad. I would say, like, if you can handle something like the Mandela catalog, you'll be fine. The pictures are not that bad. And also the creator became a crypto bro, which is very unfortunate. But, you know, I would say out of all the things that creepypasta authors have become and ended up, I would say crypto bro is like the least bad thing. Oh, he is supposedly coming back with a new story eventually, sometime. I don't know. And spoiler warning, of course, this YouTube stream will be discussing the second and third arcs of Ben Drowned. And so if you are unfamiliar, or if you didn't even know there was a second and third arc, I highly recommend looking into them. The series is my absolute favorite internet unfiction story. Like I said in the beginning, this is my favorite internet horror thing, period. So if you'd rather not be spoiled, this is your sign. But please don't leave. I need the ad revenue. Alright, so we're gonna get started. See, this is the kind of energy that I could have had if they put me at like an earlier time. Like this like the time that I'm streaming right now, for me right now, this is like the time that I wish that they put me. It would have been so much nicer. Oh well, whatever, that's in the past. Anyways, Haunted Cartridge Arc. It lasted from September 7th, 2010 to September 10th, 2010. This is the very first arc, which most people, if you're familiar with the story, this is gonna be the one that you know. So I'll be pretty brief. I'll assume that most of the people here are like already somewhat familiar, so I'll be brief. So the first and the most well-known part of the ARG is the Haunted Cartridge arc. It follows our first protagonist, Jaruzabal, as he documents his experience with a corrupted Majora's Mask cartridge he bought off a strange man at a garage sale. Yes, it is. This is a story that might sound like a very cliched story, but remember this came out in 2010. This is the starting point of the cliches. Okay, just keep that in mind. So he comes to find that this cartridge is haunted by an entity known as "quote unquote" Ben. I'm doing finger quotes. You can't tell. Who he is told by said entity was a child who was killed by drowning and then put into the aforementioned cartridge. And we do have video. We do have videos. Hold on. Let me turn off the sound. And I am here to not get copyright strike. I swear to God, if we get a repeat from last Halloween and the videos do not play, I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be mad. There we go. Yeah, so this is the classic very first video that most people have seen. You see, I had videos, I had pictures, I had videos. You know what? It's in the past. It's in the past. Except this time I can give my very funny commentary and not feel bad. There he is! It's that guy from that thing I like. Oh wait, hold on, let me put my wings down. I'll turn it up a little bit. If I get copyright struck, I will be very sad. So my Halloween was pretty great. I hope you all had a very good Halloween. Sorry to interject. I feel like I should. It's a bit different when it's a YouTube stream than an anime panel. Is he in the back room? Oh baby. I guess, you know, when you think about it, I guess you could say Termina kind of is like it is kind of like the back rooms of Zelda. If you think about it. And then randomly gets put into the boss battle. Great. I believe in him. I think he can beat him. If the moon is there. That's a thing that like a lot of the protagonists that play the game do. They just like always like are looking at the moon like, yep, just want to make sure it's still there. That won't do you any good. Hee hee hee. Yeah, I'll read the text. I did get candy. You know why? Because I scared all the trick-or-treaters. Because I'm so good at being scary. It is creepy on its own. That's why Majora's Mask is my favorite Zelda game. I love the vibe. I love how like self-contained it is. I just like it. And the music is peak, even though most of the music was just taken from Ocarina of Time. Yeah, that's just oh, and fire. He's got fire and electricity. That's a little overkill, I think, personally. For a story that's about drowning, our protagonist seems to die by fire a lot. You wouldn't think it. Dead. He died! Yay! Story over. Alright. You can all go home. Good night, guys. Happy Halloween! You met with a terrible fate, haven't you? Oh, he said the line. That's one of the famous lines. And then we're back. And it says your turn. They renamed the file to your turn. Ooh, scary. Dead! Yeah, in case you were wondering, yep, still dead. I love that laugh. That's an old reference. And then we're back again! And he returned his old save file. How nice. Okay. Important tangent before we go on. This might blow some of your mind, but there are two different characters named Ben. Like so the creepypasta fandom, they kind of smushed the two together, but there are two different Bens, and they are completely different, completely unrelated. So just to make sure there is no confusion, so when it is written like, you know, like a normal name, first letter capitalized, we're talking about the good one, the good Ben. He's nice. He's just a little boy. He is the one that drowned and is in the statue. Okay? And then when it's spelled all capitalized, we're talking about the bad one. They're evil. They're a they them. That's right. They're transing your creepypastas. That's canon, by the way. And they're not the one that drowned. We'll talk about it. Don't worry. And they're not the statue. Again, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. But yeah, important. Please know the difference. They are two different characters. Please stop. Please stop conflating them with each other. They are two completely different characters. Okay. So continuing on with the story. Oh wait, I forgot to put the music back on. Oh my gosh, I'm such a silly goose. Okay. So, back to the story. Isabel continually has nightmares about the Moon Children. That's all these kids here. From the game, which make him lose sleep. And all the while, Ben is tormenting him by, like, censoring parts of the videos and text posts he had been uploading and demanding that he set it free. And just being really mean. Like I said, there's a bad one. And it all is just like taking a toll on his mental state and making him unsure of like what's really happening or not. So he and his friend Tyler attempt to go back to the house where Isabel first bought the game, but the owner had seemingly moved out conveniently. And so the arc ends after the truth.txt is uploaded by Ben posing as Isabel's roommate, and they were roommates, along with the video free.wmv, which just has this this little like text that says, "I'm glad you did that." So the truth.txt is it's a very, very important document for the series. I'm gonna turn the music down just a tiny bit. Okay. Yeah, it was a very important part of the story. It was basically, so the truth.txt, it was pretty much just like a big long transcription of all of his text posts and notes. And then at the very end, Dad Isabel says, whatever you do not download or save anything that I have uploaded. So, what does Ben do? They post the truth.txt and they're like, so, Dad Isabel's gone and he wanted you all to, like, save and download this text that he made. So, yeah, so that's pretty much what they used to make their escape from the game cartridge and take over Isabel's computer. And they left behind a cipher that led to a website that would be the start of the next part of the ARG. And before we get into that, we have, which I don't know, what happened to the video here? There's a video here. There it is. Okay. Sorry, I didn't know what happened to it. I don't know why it was gone. So I wanna briefly go over the two videos that are kind of like these were videos that were uploaded before the start of the ARG. So, a lot of people thought that they were just, like, random uploads to the channel. But they were actually, like, kind of, oh, what's the word? Almost like foreshadowing. They're foreshadowing, like, the future events of the story. So, let me pause the music. Let me pause that music. And, so I'm only gonna play the first video because the second video is kind of repetitive. But so the thing that you'll want to take away from these videos, for the first one, want to keep in mind the character that they're speaking to. Her name is Rosa, She has strange dialogue mentioning the father, and this character has the ability to predict the future. And then for the second video, what you'll want to keep in mind is the character's name. The main character, his name is Alex. Number 2, he's a shapeshifter that consumes others. And number 3, he is a character that has lost his memory. So I'll play the first video.
No.
Or,
You are going to
I think
China.
I could full screen it. Should I?
Why
Probably
is
not.
he smiling?
Oh well.
The father. Is it the father behind him?
I'm blocking the text again. Dang it, BBB.
The one at the top of the city.
Can't do anything right.
On the sea. No, on the ground. I found it in the crypt. It's open. It's open. Oh God, run!
I don't understand.
Sometimes I see nothing. Disregard what I say.
And
I
he
don't
says,
know
"Come
what
on,
I'm
tell me
saying.
more."
Forget what I say. Fortune is
Can you
nowhere
tell me
destiny.
my fortune? I couldn't
All
read
of
the
us
last
are
part fast
victims.
enough.
Every time I sleep, the future plays out before me. I know the ending. It will end over and over until I cease to dream. I know your questions. For $100, I'll tell you what you don't want to hear.
$100,
Leave
dang.
this place. Then ask again.
I didn't read what he said, my bad.
The Crimson Sheep. He's not who he says she is, and is going to burn. Dinosaurs. He's furious. The man with the crest. The voice in the darkness. Boss. Chinese brothers.
Chinese brothers.
Follow the lights to the end of the tunnel. Where do you want to go?
Oh, who
The
can
man
I
on the
trust?
couch. The lone wolf. All others. Tread carefully. Men.
Who are
everywhere.
my enemies?
Some with swords, some with smiles.
Some with
Like
smiles.
You are a remarkable foe. Don't open it.
Any advice at all?
Whether or not you win the game matters not. It's if you bought it.
Interesting. Interesting. Matters not whether you play it, whether you bought it. Okay. Let me leave. Oh no. Oh no, my computer's been possessed. Oh. Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Oh no, it's showing all my tabs. How embarrassing. It's okay. I don't really have I don't have anything that that's scandalous. Oh my gosh, let me skip. Okay. Sorry, I knew I shouldn't have full screened it. Oh well. Well, I guess you'll have to play the game to find out who stole his bike. Let me bring the beat in. Okay. So, this leads us to the second arc, the Moon Children arc. This one lasted from September 17th, 2010 to July 15th, 2011. Blah, 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 blah. So, the link that was left on Jaduzable's YouTube channel led to a website by the name of YouShouldn'tHaveDoneThat.net. Kind of a mouthful. Oh well. It was run by a cult who is known as the Moon Children, who worship a deity they called Luna, and participate in a ritual that they call Ascension. Quote unquote. Let me go. Alright, so on this website, there were several moderators that gave the players clues of what the cult was about and what happened to Ben. So these moderators were Nico, Duskworld23, Drowned, and most importantly, Ifrit, who was not MF Doom, unfortunately, I'm sorry to say. He just had him as his profile picture. There's also a mention of someone by the name of Alex. Like I said, keep it in mind, who has seemingly disappeared after a blackout. So one important aspect of the website was a contact page that would allow the users to contact the admins, obviously. This included a page for Ben. His page only contained the text, "You have to warn them," and a countdown to a 4th day that was set to end the next day. So that's one thing I did not mention. The 4th day glitch is also a very big reoccurring act in the story. So, you know, it basically, if you're unaware, it basically just does what it sounds like. It's a glitch that you can do in the game that gives you an extra day. I kind of don't get why you would do that, because you can just reset time. That's kind of the whole point, but whatever. Point is, adding an extra day that's not supposed to be there is kind of a huge thing in this story. So, before the timer ran out, lots of users found that they were able to email Ifrit, and so they started to email him, and we later find out that his name is Matt Huberus. And so they email him questions to see if he could give them more information. So this is what they learned. Item number 1. Ben was a member of the Moon Children. Hold on, I'm going to move myself back to the center. So item number 1, Ben was a member of the Moon Children, and he also disappeared / ascended during the blackout. I won't read all this text because it's a lot of text. Just know that the screenshots back up what I'm saying. Number 2, Alex has also disappeared after the blackout, quote unquote. And nobody knows what happened to either him or Ben. Sorry, hiccup. Number 3, killing someone for the cult is part of the initiation to the Moon Children. Because they tried to hack into his Gmail account by like getting his password reset, and the security question was the first person I killed to gain entrance to the Moon Children. So yeah, that's fun. And item number 4, he has a sister by the name of Rosa. See, I told you, keep it in mind. Keep it in mind. And hours before the countdown ran out, all of Matt's emails cryptically told players someone was knocking at his door. Spooky, mysterious. I won't pause the music for this video, it's really short. So, just before the timer ran out, a video response to free.wmb was posted to a YouTube account called The Link Missing. And this was back in the day. I don't know if any of you guys were like on YouTube back in these olden days where you could actually like, there was an option, like there was a button that you could click that would let you like make a response connected to a video. So that's what this is. You can't do that anymore because YouTube, they love to just remove features for no reason. This one that was removed for a reason, but that's a whole different story, completely unrelated. So this video, it depicts an adult Link playing the Song of Time, which in the game reverses time and sends you back to day 1 in Majora's Mask. And this account was created by none other than Alex. And after the video was uploaded, the Moon Children's website went under maintenance. So I'll just play that really, really quick because, like I said, this one's a really short video. This music does not fit the mood. Out of all the songs that I could have had come up, it had to be It's a Small World. Now I'm gonna get sued by Nintendo and Disney. No! My life is over. Oh well, it was worth it. Alright. So, the website came back the next day, the same as it was before, at least almost. Because the contact pages for both Drowned and Ifrit were deleted, with Ifrit's messages being replaced by a user called Insidiae. I never really learned how to pronounce it. So while trying to use the link on the aforementioned moderators' pages, players were met with the elegy statue and the text saying, expecting to find someone else. Mysterious. The players then started to use the in-game songs like Alex did with the video response in order to change the course of the story. So first, people submitted the new wave bossa nova, which invigorates voices. That's what it says on the wiki. And this opened Matt's emails back up, but this time Rosa was the one responding. But this didn't last very long, because soon after, somebody submitted the Song of Healing, which led to Rosa start saying, someone's knocking on my door, someone's knocking on my door. And so, yeah, as you can assume, someone knocking on your door is not a good thing. And so, around the same time, the Oath to Order was also submitted, and in the game, the Oath to Order summons the 4 giants. You're supposed to do that at the very end of the game after you've cleared all the temples and everything. However, the requirements had not been reached in the story, and thus this action is what killed the protagonist Alex. And afterwards, the Song of Time was submitted once again, and the timer was reset. However, it did not revive Matt, Rosa, or Alex. Also, I know I used the the Smash Bros. Trophy for these guys. This was the only PNG I could find. However, hooray! Alex was then brought back to life with a player submitting a video of a fairy, only to die once again after someone submitted the Sonata of Awakening. So that was great planning, great community. A couple of strange changes were then made to the Moon Children's website for a short period of time, being called a quote-unquote glitch. So there were ciphers being spread across the website. Whispering could be heard on the homepage, because that's another thing the website had. They had like music playing on the main website page, and so that was replaced by like whispering. Spooky. I like that. I think more websites should do stuff like that. That's cool. And the page that contained all of the cult's beliefs were replaced by this image. I'm not hearing anybody out. So this image file was titled kelbris.jpg. Kelbris is known as the father to the Moon Children, as he was the first to be ascended and thus was the founder of the cult. This is where a lot of people who are like only vaguely familiar with the story get like kind of mixed up, because you know, a lot the story that I see like thrown around a lot by like people who are only like, they're only familiar with the creepypasta fandom side of the story, is they say that like, oh yes, Ben was drowned by his father, and no, that's not the case. It's just people are getting, you know, they hear the father, and so they assume, oh, it's this character's father. No, he's not literally a father. He's the father of the cult. He's the creator of the cult. You know, you get it. So if you ever see somebody say that or claim that's part of the story, you can be actually and you can be the smart guy. You're welcome. That's what I do. Because I like the story maybe a little too much. So after the glitch ended, 63 files were found throughout the website. Like I said, there were lots of ciphers. So many of these files were password protected, and all but the 59th file were solved. So the 59th file turned out to be the final words from Matt Hubris, or Ifrit, and he begged players not to give it, quote unquote, any information, it most likely being Kelbris, and specifically warning one Cade Hendricks, aka Ryukaki. They do not call him Daddy, that's weird. I'm not. Alright, no more. I'm not hearing anybody out. I'm not hearing anybody out with Kelbris. No. I'll read his little like final message. what would Matt Huber sound like? A dork. If you're reading this, then you found the secret message. Yeah, that's definitely how he would sound. This is the last one I can send out. I am not dead. Debatable. It's right in front of you. You are meant to survive this. You can't give him what he wants. I don't know how to tell you this, but there is no more Link now. He was the last thing that stood between you and it as some kind of conduit. That conduit is severed now. There is not. Consider the real thing that is separating you from him. He will try to get you. It will try to break you, but you have to remain strong. You cannot it. That's what he says. It is sadistic. It will try and give you guys a fighting chance like it's given everyone else. It wants you to try and resist, to try and be fooled into thinking that you have any semblance of free will. Do not buy it. Do not believe it. It is always watching, and it will lead you to iTruth.txt to oblivion if you let it. See, I told you, truth.txt, very important to the story. Do not be fooled. If something is too good to be true, be wary. You must use this overconfidence and systematic prediction. Why did I say it like that? I'm so dumb. Yeah, basically change the word of my final message goodbye, pretty much. How? I do not know. That is something that I could not figure out before the end. Even now, it's allowing me to reach you through this message. Your first instinct may be to assume that this message has been tampered with, but then you may not really understand who it really is. It wants to play. It wants a challenge. It has led you to the "what are you talking about" is far for a reason. But now you will be given the means to fight back. I say let its arrogance be its undoing. There are strength in numbers. You no doubt have others who will help collaborate with you. There are those who have left behind clues, subtle enough for it not to realize their significance. They may help you if you can find them. Combine your brains together, starting with the recent quote-unquote glitch. Compile every bit of evidence you have and share it amongst yourselves, and you may gain the upper hand yet. Do not ever let it use you. It thinks it is in control, yet despite all the omnipotence in the world, there's nothing more dangerous than the illusion of compliance. Ifrit. Dorky, whatever. That's his final message. So back to Cade Hendricks, aka Ryukaki. So the Ryukaki section, it's kind of sort of not canon. So I won't go into too much detail. Pretty much all you need to know is it follows Cade being hunted down by Kelbris. And then it's revealed in the final upload that he moved into Ben's original home, and then disappeared. So like if you're wanting to like get into the story on your own, you can watch the stuff with Cade Hendricks, but you don't have to. It's not canon, like I said. Sorry, taking a drink. All right. So we end with a new website, within Hubris being created. Its admin members consisting of all the characters that had disappeared and or ascended in the story. So, you know, it has Ben, Matt, Rosa, Jaduzable, gang's all here. So they start posting messages in binary code of like being afraid and in agony. So like we got like note that says, where this, help me please, I'm so scared, where is everyone, I'm so lonely, mommy, I'm so sorry, I promise I'll be a better son. So yeah, it's kind of sad. And so yeah, like all the ghosts that are like admins in this website are kind of like going insane, and it's not a fun time. But so for the Moon Children's original website, regular like players, you couldn't make an account on the website. You had to be a part of the Moon Children. However, for within Hubris, you could actually make an account, and a number of people did. And so several members of the website were sent this newspaper clipping. Like, and when I say they were sent, I mean like they were physically like mailed to them, to their houses. They're also, I'm pretty sure it was for like Patreon, or yeah, patrons as well. So kind of, I guess it is kind of like the Digital Circus, except a lot more. If it's more like if the Digital Circus was like a closed country. it's kind of almost like a dictatorship. Like these people, they can't go anywhere. They're just kind of confined to this one game. It's weird. And yeah, so members of the website, they were mailed this newspaper clipping that detailed the murder-suicide of Philip and Sarah Lawman, as well as their son. I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of people think that their son is Ben. I might have missed something somewhere in my research, but I cannot find any like legitimate source that says that Ben is part of the Lawman family. It's like, it can kind of be assumed, but there's one thing that makes me think that that is not the case, and we'll get into it in the next part of the ARG. So in this newspaper clipping, the neighbors claimed that after the murders took place, they began to hear voices and claim something was prying into their dreams. Which, you know, if you remember back to a certain someone else prying into a certain someone else's dreams, you know, you kind of connect the dots. So, and then in the corner here, I know it's kind of hard to see, there is a short little paragraph that, after all the redacted text, reads, "I'm right beside you. You thought I forgot about you, didn't you? I'm done playing games with you. It's your turn. You shouldn't have done that." What a cute little poem. And he said the thing. He said the line, Bart. And then the ARG went on hiatus for 9 years. Yeah, unfortunately, you know, these sorts of ARGs, they do cost a lot of time and also money. So, you know, the creator had to go on hiatus for a little while. But then it came back! It came back with the Awakening arc, which lasted from March 17th, 2020, all the way to October 31st, 2020. So hey, happy 5th anniversary to the ending of this part of the ARG. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, it's been 5 years already. Oh man, I feel old. So the ARG came back with a series of videos uploaded to Jaduzable's YouTube channel, this time under the management of a new character by the name of Jadus, which I should explain pretty quick. The Awakening arc is kind of broken into like 3 sort of like individual arcs. So we've got like the main Awakening arc, and then there's the second player arc, and then the last hero arc. And we'll just go through them all as they happen. So yeah, it's a lot of story, the Awakening arc. And so with Jadus, at this point in time, society has collapsed due to a virus called Heroes. And the videos would display game footage from a new Majora's Mask save file titled End. And I'm not gonna show any of Jadus's videos because I'm not gonna lie, he likes to yap. And I don't wanna sit here and make you all read like a big long text post. I don't wanna sit here and read a big long text post. I'm already kinda doing that right now, so the less I have to read aloud, the better, in my opinion. Anyways, the biggest video, so this is the part where I'm telling you, it makes me kind of not believe the whole theory that Ben is part of the Lawman family. So, in the video transmission.txt, Jadus and his partner go searching through a dilapidated house searching for a man named Berkeley. They find that the man that they are searching for is Tyler, if you remember all the way back in the beginning of the story, Jaduzable's friend Tyler. And he reveals his full name is Tyler Lawman. And he believed that the collapse of society was all his fault, and that everything around him was all in his head. But before Jadus and his partner could reason with him, he does, I don't know if I can say it on YouTube, but he does, where's my, no, go back. He does this in front of them. So I don't know if I could say that. I mean, I've said the S word a number of times now. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, so this is why I'm not completely sold on the theory. Like I said, I couldn't find any like refutable source that says whether or not he's part of the family or not. But I feel like, I don't know. I feel like if I was related to a kid that died by drowning, and my friend is saying he is being haunted by a kid that drowned, I don't know, I feel like I would have told him, oh hey, that sort of thing happened to like my cousin or my nephew or whatever. You know, I don't know. Maybe I'm just a better friend than Tyler. I don't know. And after that video was uploaded, a link to a different video was quickly found, which depicts a series of images morphing into that of a person's face. I'm gonna pause the music for this video because it's very quiet. Let me move me out of the way. We kind of have similar eyes. Okay, I'm gonna move myself back to here. So, this person, or rather persons, oh wait, let me put the music back on. This person, or rather persons, is Ben's true appearance. I'm very sorry to the emo Link lovers. I'm sorry. Your husbando has green hair and pronouns. I'm sorry to tell you. So, in the YouTube videos following, screenshots of a website were found. And after the video of the Sonata of Awakening was submitted, the website was found to be called methodsofrevolution.com. So, at first, the website seemed to be an abandoned and barely functioning blog. However, there was a poll option that first had 7 different ocarina songs as selections alongside a picture of Ben. It looked like this. This isn't the poll, but this is what the poll looked like. After selecting an option, text would appear under that read "Nice try," and in the end, the Sonata of Awakening won the final result. And so, as players explored the website further, Ben seemed to get more and more angry at them, changing images on the website and yelling at the players to play by their rules, as you can see by this giant wall of text that just says "play by my rules" a million times. And so, Jaduzable's missing YouTube video that, not the berries and cream guy. Anyways, Jaduzable's missing video that he mentioned previously not remembering filming was finally uploaded, showing the game looking very corrupted. And on Methods of Revolution, Jaduzable's final message from the truth.txt was posted, along with thoughts that appear to come from Ben, implying that they knew his death was inevitable from the very beginning. So I'll read it really quick. Show ourselves to him. Show that we are many, and we are watching. Is it time? That has a high probability of completely fracturing his already weakened mind. Yes. Yes, this one will die soon. Yes, this world is beginning to fall apart as well. Yes, but on that matter, it is a debate. Our ability to interact with their plane is limited to only a few methods. Yes, but it will not be that way forever. Yes, but the probability that we become incompatible is too great if we wait too long. Yes, we have a proposal to change that. It will take years, but that is acceptable. Yes, that is fine. Yes, but they should know the truth at some point. Yes, but only when it is too late. So, you know, they're they're still evil. They're still evil and kind of tsundere. It's true. It's true. Listen. I'm not even trying to be like creepypasta husbando. They literally are kind of a tsundere. Yeah, they say yes a lot because well, actually I won't spoil it yet. We'll talk about it. And finally, we get to learn what happened to Jaduzable to make him suddenly. Oh, sorry, I'm blocking pictures. We learned what happened to Jaduzable to suddenly make him disappear from the internet back in 2010. And I should also mention, in case anybody is confused, yes, there's a character named Jaduzable, there's a character named Jadus, and there's a character named Abel. And they are all completely different characters that have nothing to do with each other. They never meet, they never interact. They're just completely different characters that all have very similar sounding names. It's another Ben spelled normal, Ben spelled all capital. Just don't worry about it. So, however, with this video, there seem to be some internal conflicts over the video's upload, with Ben arguing amongst itself in the video's description. But regardless, the video was uploaded anyways. So I'll... Is it gonna work? I never know if the video... See, I don't like that the YouTube videos do stuff like... There we go. It makes me nervous. So yeah, I should mention at the end of the previous arc, of the very first arc actually, there was a save file created that was titled Matt. So a lot of people thought that Matt was Dad Isabel's real name. It's not, as we know now. You are almost at the end of the world. Yeah, as we know now, Matt is actually the name of, Matt Huberus. But that was a secret for later. Sorry, drink of water. Yeah, so as you can see, the game is kind of breaking down. And it only gets worse. He really is in the back rooms now. Or I guess I don't know, what would you call this? The cloud rooms or something? I don't know. Sorry, hiccup. I'm so full from eating so much candy. Stop exploring before it's too late. You're going to wake him up. See what I mean? They're kind of tsundere almost. Like telling him to stop playing the game, but also like kind of egging him on at the same time. Okay. This is definitely some backrooms. Some backrooms level. Yeah, I have to tell a secret. I never figured out cloud storage. I like this place though. This place is nice. And there's the giant. You are digging too deep. Turn back now. They're so sassy. Is he turning off the game? Sassy. Dang. I will say the messages in the save files is kind of silly. Everything is deconstructing. I mean, I know what it does. I just never really like figured out how to use it. My dad showed me how once, and I just kind of was like, yeah, sure, okay, and then I never used it. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Oof, my fingers. Everything is. Oh, that guy's dead. Yeah, like I said, this game has banger music. I really should play it sometime. I'm just nervous about playing it on my computer. Because I sure as heck am not getting the, like, I cannot play it on my 3DS. I wish I could. I tried. I tried really hard. I found you! Why is the O not the right color? Yeah, I tried really hard to get my 3DS to, like, capture for a stream, but it just can't be done. Ooh. Oh, I'll move out of the way a little bit. I really like this scene. That's right, they woke him up! He does not like having the sword swung at him. I don't blame him. And he got ate! He got bored! And that's how Jet Isabel dies. He was eaten by the father. I'm not even kidding. That's how he died. Okie dokie. No, let me. Okay, there we go. Another poll was posted on methodsofrevolution.net. Hold on, I should really make an easier way to put the music on and off. Oh well, whatever. So another poll was posted on methodsofrevolution.com, this time titled Awaken the Second Player. The only options were yes or no, and hours later, the website shut down with a 70-30 result for yes. And returning back to Jadis for a quick second, he details his last interaction with his old partner, where he warns him that riots are soon to break out in the city that they live in due to the Heroes outbreak. He mentions a doomsday cult, I think I know a doomsday cult, that appeared, and that high-end researchers were developing something quote-unquote biblical in nature. That's literally what he says. But he didn't know details, only warning Jadis not to get it. So now the second player has awoken in a rundown hotel room. Actually, I should probably turn the music off again. In a rundown hotel room with nothing but a flashlight, some books, a knife, a mannequin head, and a notebook with lots of ramblings of keeping silent or else quote-unquote he will hear you. Is the video gonna come up? I always get nervous. Hello? Hello? Well, maybe. All will be explained. I'll say that. Get ready for an epic Vocaloid reference, okay? See, predictive monitoring. But this time he actually is crazy and dangerous. How you like that? See, look at the conditions they got my guy living in. What the heck is that? That is not a well-made bed. It's got it's got mannequin heads all over the place. He probably didn't even have Wi-Fi. For shame. He's a horse. Uma Pyoy.
So, I see you met the jailer on the first floor. Face to face. Sorry, where are my manners? You can call me Abel. Yeah, that's Abel. And if you think this is the confusing part, you really haven't seen anything yet. Listen, I'm gonna do you a favor. Don't worry about what day it is. Don't worry about what year it is. Don't even worry about what you used to know because it's not gonna help you here. You, my friend, are a completely blank slate. Wherever you thought you were, doesn't matter. It's gone. You're completely cut off from the outside world in what would best be described as a halfway house. You're on the first floor, surrounded by oblivion, and any attempts to leave via window or entryway result in immediate termination. So between you and me, it's not really the way to go. But it brings up the bigger question. Why even leave? You've got it great here. We've got books to read.
Does he?
You got a better chance to get in touch with God. We've got entertainment sets. As long as you stay away from the jailer, you shouldn't have any problem. At worst, there may be new arrivals that are not as quiet as you are and take some time to get used to the new location. They happen from time to time, and it's unavoidable.
I think I actually, when I was little,
Persist
I
outside
had like
the usual time frame.
I had like
and
little
continue to be
clothes
a problem,
hangers
we'll remove
that look
them,
very
no problem
similar to
for you.
those.
There is a little bit of bad news. I regret to inform you that it looks like your friend, and I say friend, she's more like a predecessor, in your room and trying to communicate something with you before she trashed it. So, apart from delaying your entertainment set by a few days, sorry, it's not really quite the warm welcome we wanted for you. There's one thing she's right about, though. It's that, yeah, time and items in this world don't really have the same kind of permanence. But I wouldn't really look to her for, role model examples. Again, I'm talking to you, but I'm also talking to you. Because it's a misnomer to say that you yourself have been given free will again. A better way
That
to
doesn't
describe it
sound
would be that
nice.
you're awake and you're properly receiving. I never tell any subjects this because they always refuse to believe that they have anything less than free will and yada yada yada. But your case is a little bit of a special one. Your consciousness, believe it or not, is comprised of several hundred of those that participated in the original St. Louis incident. That is. It's crazy, but also, no offense, we do have a bit of a death pool going on how quickly you'll try and leave the room and die. Past history has shown they don't really like doing what they're told, and it's like they don't really value human life. They just like to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. So, sorry to you. And,
That's very reassuring. Very reassuring.
but if I were you, I would just stay and relax here. You really have nothing to worry about. You're totally safe here. You don't need to eat. You've taken care of all that
You're
stuff.
totally safe here, except for
We've
the
got your
guy
entertainment
that's
set
like
up
right
here
outside
once
your
we clear out all
door,
this
ready to kill
debris.
you.
And you just need to sit back and relax and just enjoy the parameters we've established for you.
Every time I sleep, the future plays out before me.
Yeah. So Abel is not a good person, but
Sorry, I was getting a little bit of
so
a
clearly there's
I just wanted to say
something
hi, and maybe one day we can meet in person.
something fishy going on.
That'd be nice, right?
There's clearly something weird going on. He's talking about time and objects not really being not having the same sort of permanence that they do in the real world. There's clearly something weird going on with this hotel. So what does the second player do? The second he is told that there's a guy waiting outside his door to kill him, and he doesn't have any free will, he escapes his room, and he makes it up to the second floor of the hotel, where he finds more notes in a different room. This map here is actually kind of interesting because it has the exact same layout that Ben's house has. So, little parallel, little parallel. However, the masked person, the jailer, eventually he does find him outside, and he kills him. And then right after that, a new player is woken up in the same hotel room the second player had started in. So we'll watch. We're almost done with the videos, I swear. But they're important videos. It's easier to just like play them than try to explain everything, you know? So yeah, now all the doors are locked, which, you know, why didn't they just do that in the first place? Hello.
Hey, it's me, your pal, Abel.
No.
Nice waking up on a furnished bed and not lying on the ground like some kind of hooligan. You, of course, have me to thank for that.
Why is it so quiet? Speak up.
Your room, got rid of some of the riffraff and all the junk and all the weird disembodied heads that were floating around your room. Sorry about that again. But good news, I left you a bunch of different entertainment packages. Now, one of the ones you're probably going to get a big kick out of. It's kind of an old school gaming platform. You probably heard of it, because I know you're a little bit of a gamer. But we made some really cool AI tweaks to it that I think it's going to really keep you busy.
I wonder
Now,
what game they're going to have on it.
Upstairs, and where the boys up top are really interested in seeing how you handle it. Oh God, where are my manners? Thank you again for listening to me and not diving out in the middle of the hallway and getting eviscerated immediately. That really meant a lot to me, and makes me feel valued and listened to. And I feel like we have some sort of connection. I feel like this is really great. I'd like to keep this going.
Yeah,
so if you ever need anything at all, my phone call is right in the corner of that room.
I would say.
You just give me a dial. But remember, everything is taken care of in your room. You're safe in here. Outside, that's kind of where things get dicey. So you want to stay in here as much as possible.
All will be revealed. Trust.
Okay. I'm sure you already know that. I'm sure you're happy. Now go play some video games. Go have fun. Go distract yourself. Anyway, I'm a phone call away. Take care.
Oh, what game do you think it's gonna be? No way! It's the one from the very beginning of the story! Wow! What a shocker. Oh well, too bad. You're on the wrong creepypasta if you're hoping for them to play Pokemon. I hate to say. Don't worry, there's plenty of scary Pokemon stories. Both fan-made and official. If you know, you know. So yes, our new protagonist is named Sarah. In the land of Hyrule, echoes legend. Oh, I didn't get to finish reading. Okay. A boy who, after battling evil and saving Hyrule, crept away from the land that had made him a legend. Done with the battles he once waged across time, he embarked on a journey, a secret and personal journey. A journey in search of a beloved and invaluable friend. Aw. Sarah, that's a nice name. Alright. Moving on. So, Sarah ends up finding Ben, who reveals after being played the Song of Healing that he's been trapped in the game for all these years, being tortured by the father. So, if you remember back at the very first video that I showed with the statue following Jaduzbel around, that wasn't the evil Ben trying to scare Jaduzbel. That was the good Ben trying to communicate with him to get him to get him out of the statue, you know. So he then sends her back to the 2010 state of the game and gives her a mask that transforms her into Adult Link. And actually, this is a fun Zelda fact. If you didn't know, there was going to be an Adult Link mask in the game that you could use to turn into Adult Link, obviously. But for one reason or another, they removed it. But now we have the deity mask. So that's same difference. So I'll read his little conversation with her. It's okay. You're safe from him here. My name is Ben. Please, I don't know what he's saying about me, but it isn't true. That's right. Fight back the misinformation, son. He's been using me for all this time, tormenting me and anyone who tries to intervene. See, he's the good one. He was the good one the whole time. So after their little interaction, Abel ejects her from the game and tries to convince her that the characters she's speaking to are only AI that somehow broke free from their programming. And he also gives a bit of context behind the inner workings of the creation of the cartridge. So hopefully, wait, is this video broken? It might be broken. It might be broken. Oh, good, it's not. Phew! I was gonna be mad! It's gonna be like, gosh darn it! Some of the videos are broken. Some of them break like all the time.
I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. This is incredible.
Boo, we don't like him.
I mean, I had, I had hopes for you, I suppose. They weren't necessarily high, but I was never
How
expecting
nice.
this. I gotta give it to you, Sarah. I'm pretty impressed. I've never seen anyone do that before. Ever. Time travel. I mean, I get it's a part of the game, like back at that old original game, but, with what we've programmed into here,
You're pretty five
I mean, to go all the way back to 2010 like that is, huh.
Hey,
And
now,
I'm
he has
still
a
trying
much
to wrap
more
my head
soothing
around.
voice.
I'm sure you are too, and I'm
than
sure you're
Bone
probably
Guy.
more lost than anyone. But also, us keeping score back home, like the fact
He's
that
just
the
worse
Ben
of a
character
person.
had deviated so much from his original programming. I'm sorry, I'm gonna geek out here a little bit. Like, this is incredible. I couldn't do that myself. I'm glad you're here. Okay, all right. I'm sorry. So I know I'm probably speaking a mile a minute, and I'm going to try and give you a little bit of context here. Um, in layman's terms, this was kind of one of the original simulations that we had constructed way back when. A kind of a playground, if you would, for our first real rudimentary foray into artificial intelligence. Granted, that was so long ago that it looks absolutely archaic compared to what we can do now. But it's been a blast going down memory lane. It's like almost like an ant colony that you set and you forgot about it for decades, and then to revisit it to find it so completely messed up and destroyed. It's wild. Like with its program and directive to
Again, very
corrupt as much as
reassuring.
it could, and when no other external force was involved, it just turned inward on itself and destroyed the own world that it inhabited. I mean, you saw it for yourself. Like, normally you load in, there's that intro with a bunch of boring exposition.
I could
but
see
there was
that,
none
yeah.
of that. All that remained of that entire world was just two holdout areas. One of infinite corruption, and the other of this weird, almost sanctuary, where the last few AIs that existed in this game had kind of banded together as a sort of
AIs.
safe zone. I am sorry, I gotta go back over this again and relook at this, but this is incredible. I mean, it's incredible how just self-aware that Ben character was. He evolved like completely from his original directive. You know, to give you a little bit of context, like the name Ben, you know, we kind of coined this entire system as a little bit of a tribute because he was the first person that we managed to digitize completely into this system.
So you see,
into
he
this
knows.
behavioral event network. But his consciousness was always supposed to be just incredibly limited.
He
meant to
knows
follow the
that
same kind of parameters
this is
that
a
any
person.
other normal NPC
But he doesn't
in
see
that
him as a person.
program would follow. I mean, I wonder if there was some
Which
kind
is
of
messed
event
up.
or some kind of trigger that made him suddenly deviate from his parameters into some kind of being almost with rudimentary self-awareness. Or, you know, maybe we just didn't program it right. I mean, this was what, decades ago, right? It was a new science back then. I mean, the implications of this are incredible. It means that there are actors in the worlds we make that are capable of realizing that they are in some sort of simulation. I mean, this is big. This is huge. And to think back, one of the first experiments we did into this had an anomaly that did that. I'm just so interested that something had the wherewithal to have the capacity to further break the logic of the game to send you back in time, far beyond the normal parameters of what that song would do. I mean, you've actually gone back into a world before this all went to hell.
Yeah, so I'm gonna cut it off right there. Yeah, you see, there's a lot of disturbing implications. You can really see how, like, you know, the people that have been like digitized into this game, this these researchers don't really see them as people. You know, and that's kind of messed up. When you think about it, because like he's talking about a 12-year-old child that they killed. So, you know, that's very nice. That's very lovely to hear. So at the end, he says that they're going to come and collect the game. However, so he tells her not to play it anymore. So what does she do? She goes back and plays some more, and so she comes across one particular NPC who you might recognize from before in a previous video, who explains to her that Ben was a victim of the same group that put her in this hotel. And this NPC, as it turns out, is Matt Huber. So he was also digitized and put into the game. And he tells her that the father is already aware of her existence in the game, and that she can free all the souls that are trapped in the game by defeating him. And so now we have the Moon Children, the father, and Abel, who are all keeping Sarah under close watch and trying to prevent her from advancing in the game. And so the Moon Children, they start sending like every sort of monster they can her way. Like, and so back when Abel said that Sarah's a bit of a gamer, no, he lied, because she gets her butt kicked. Like, she almost gets folded by the skull spider, whatever they're called. She almost dies to that, which that's like the easiest monster to fight in the entire game. So yeah, kind of embarrassing. So yes, the Moon Children try to stop her by forcing her to fight monsters. That is until she comes across Rosa. So she thanks her for saving her because she was being attacked by another monster, and she gives her light arrows as well as a pendant of memories, and continues to aid Sarah in her quest. And thank God she does, because right after that she almost gets folded again. She finds the happy mask salesman drowning in a river, and then she gets attacked by more bosses. Awesome, great. But thankfully she's got she has Rosa there to help. And so basically what Rosa does is, like, every time she's about to die, she revives her. So yeah, it's it's kind of embarrassing. She is not a gamer girl. That's okay. It's okay. It's okay to not be a gamer girl. But in this sort of situation, she needs to lock in. And the game is also starting to glitch out more and more, and the Moon Children and all the characters, they blame her, and they're calling her a monster, because to them she's like threatening their way of life. She's the one who's coming into their game and ruining, making everything glitch out and ruining everything. So then she comes across one of the final Moon Children, and it fights her as Guy, or the fish boss. And this Moon Child is so petty. He's like, I'm going to make you invulnerable just so that I can torture you as long as I want. And so she just leaves. She just runs away. Which I don't blame her. I would have done that too. I hated fighting that boss. Oh my god. I did not like the underwater temple. I didn't like going through the temple. I did not like fighting the boss. I liked fighting the centipede boss less, but I'm not gonna lie, the fish one frustrated me. And so after escaping the final Moon Children, she finds herself face to face with her predecessor, who reveals himself to be none other than Jaduzabal. And he scolds her for being so trusting and believing herself to be the hero. And he forces her to fight him 1v1 style, and he smokes her. Like, you can see the picture in the bottom corner here, just absolutely folded. She is not a gamer girl. You can tell. Like, not even Rosa could have saved her from getting her ass kicked that hard. Oh, I just realized I had the music off this entire time. Yeah. So now Sarah's dead. I would not want to be a protagonist of the Been Drowned ARG because they all die. Oh, and I'm gonna have to turn it right back off because I forgot this is the last video. This is the last video, I swear. So at the end of the video is a link, and it leads to a website called eternityproject.com. And this website is basically a modernization of the Moon Children's website. It has all the same, like, web pages and everything that the original did, except, less culty, more scientific. And so the Eternity Project, as it turns out, was operating under the guise of the Moon Children cult in order to recruit lonely and gullible adolescents in order to digitize their souls through this ascension, what they called ascension. It was really just, tricking random people into being experiments for their medical practices. Oh, we'll watch it. We'll watch their little ad. Maybe, if it wants to load. See, I get so anxious. There we go. There we go.
A famous doctor once said that suffering can lead to transformation, and that out of ashes births a phoenix. We believe humanity has a greater destiny, not one that was meant for a life of living
No,
in
no
perpetual
dancing.
debt
This is bad company.
in a world full of poverty, violence, and corruption. At the Eternity Project, we set out with a mission to help alleviate the suffering and give us, all of us, a chance to prosper as we were always destined to. In the early 2000s, development of this technology began, and our team at Xavius
No
Solutions
dancing.
has spent the last 2 decades working tirelessly with our research and development teams
I
to
can't help
ensure
it.
the safety and longevity of the project before making it commercially available. In 2020, we are proud to announce that the Eternity Project has passed its final preliminary test and is ready for the general public. There is no age requirement to join, no financial obligation, no discrimination of any kind, although priority treatment is given to those who are approaching end of life. Once a part of the Eternity Project, you and your loved ones can enjoy a carefree existence, experiencing new joys in the various worlds we've designed. Here, you can live without fear of pain or death. You can take on any role, be the hero of your favorite movie, rescue the princess from an evil
It
dragon,
doesn't sound. it
relive
doesn't
your
sound too
childhood through
bad.
some of your favorite video games. Or if you want the more traditional experience of an afterlife, you can enjoy your own simulated version of heaven, catered to your generalized denomination. Our dedicated team is always ensuring the proper safety and management of our worlds
It
with
doesn't sound too
multiple
bad
backups.
until you remember they're
Keep
like.
in mind that the number and
child
fidelity of the
murderers.
available worlds for our patients is increasing with each and every passing year. So if your perfect world doesn't currently exist, well, it just might tomorrow. So how does it work? It starts with a simple procedure on the patient's left hand. Here, we'll be able to test if your body is compatible with our augmented technology. If the implant isn't rejected by the body, you will then be assigned to a personalized physician to discuss what manner of care is best for you and what world you might be best suited for initially.
This music's too
Keep in
funky.
mind, this is only a
Can't stop
starting point.
dancing.
You can move between different worlds to meet up with friends and family at your leisure. Next, you'll be able to schedule a series of
Gwyneth
appointments at
Paltrow.
one of your local
That's not her.
healthcare centers for your digitization process. In these appointments, we get to know you a
Your
little
children
bit
start
better
selling
by
goop.
administering
You know what?
personalized tests on
Okay,
different
real talk
attributes,
though. Gwyneth Paltrow
ranging
totally
from
would collab with the
cognition,
Eternity Project.
perception, negative triggers,
Absolutely.
favorite memories, political beliefs, and more. The goal is to create a complete personality file on you, leading up to your actual digitization. Why? Because each one of us is a unique and wonderful human being, we go through extraordinary lengths to ensure that the digitization process captures every essence
that's
of what
giving me
makes
some
you, well,
Midsummer
you.
vibes.
Once digitized, you'll be able to enjoy your newfound freedom. You've become part of a world where anything is possible,
I don't want
and
to
you
be
have eternity
digitized.
to enjoy it. So join us
You see
on
what
our
conditions?
endeavor to connect the world in perfect harmony.
You see
For
what
a
conditions
millennia,
they're putting
humanity
people
has
in?
always lived in the shadow of
Uh-uh.
our greatest enemy, death. But now there is no reason to fear it. We have created eternity.
I don't want to be living in a busted hotel with nothing but horse bookmarks or what are they called? What are they called? The bookends. I don't want to be living in a hotel with nothing but horse bookends and an N64 console. No, with one cartridge. No, I don't want to live like that. Heck no. So yeah, after that very, very cheerful introduction, we are brought back to the game, which Sarah is revived with her soul in the game now, just as all the other characters. And so she makes her way to the mayor's office just before the moon is set to crash. And inside, she finds all the other souls that are stuck inside the game, trying to decide whether to let the moon crash and reset everything, or to let Sarah try and save them. And so, she decides to gaze into the telescope and perform the fourth day glitch. And right after doing that, she meets Matt outside, who tells her that because of what she'd done, all the others had died, which was all according to his plan to rewrite this world alongside the father. Oh no, not knocking at your door. Stay, we're almost at the end. Tell the person there to wait a second. So yeah, major plot twist. Whoa, Matt Hubris was the bad guy the entire time? Crazy. I mean, Ben and Calibris definitely weren't helping, but which I should bring up because I said that I would explain later and I never did. So I should explain really quick because our dear creepypasta OC Ben does not get brought back up for the entire remainder of the story. So I should explain now. So back in the video of Abel explaining the whole like cartridges like inner workings and whatnot, he mentioned a behavioral event network. So that is, it's kind of weird, kind of hard to explain, but behavioral event network, that is what the bad Ben is. That's the reason why their name is all in capital is because their name is an acronym for the behavioral event network, and they are, and this is why I say that they are they them, because literally they are multiple people. Ben is an entity comprised of multiple different souls, kind of like not like a hive mind, like the opposite of that. They're multiple souls working as one person, and they're evil. They're evil and tsundere, which is very bad. Very, very bad combination. And Matt is also evil. So after that revelation, she escapes to the sewers and encounters Jaduzabel, who is hiding out with Ben, the good one, in the sewer. And he once again calls her an idiot for trusting Matt and falling for his plan, because I'm not gonna lie, the final arc, like the last hero arc, it kind of turns into a shonen anime. It's kind of cute, but yeah. So he's like, you're so dumb for believing you're a shonen protagonist, and I forgot to turn the music back on. Gosh darn it. I never watched Fullmetal Alchemist. I'm sorry. I can't confirm or deny whether that connection can be drawn. So what Jaduzabel does is he gives her all of his power so that she can finish what she started. So I'll read their interactions. Well, congratulations, you freed Ben. Did you think that somehow some kind of magical happy ending existed? Just as I took this responsibility from another warrior, I'm passing my soul and strength to you. So she kind of is a shonen protagonist. It's very JoJo, this is the last of my heaven. I give it to you. All right, and this is the final anime showdown. All right. So Sarah faces off against Matt and the last Moonchild, who make her fight against Majora's Wrath. And the only way that she defeats it was by playing the Song of Healing. That's right, the power of love and friendship defeats the final boss. Matt tries to intervene again, but he's cut off, and Sarah is met face to face with the father. Bum, ba, ba. What happens next? I guess you'll just have to go and watch for yourself. That's right. right. Epic plot twist ending. I was the villain the whole time by making you all have to go and watch the series yourself to figure out what happens in the end. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, so that is where I'm going to leave the story off. I for real think if you watch any of the rest of the story, definitely at least watch the last hero arc because it's very entertaining. It's not, I would say it's not per se scary, but it's really entertaining. I had such a kick of following along with the story. And so yeah, I want to give some advice. If you want to read and or watch this series yourself, do not go to the Creepypasta Wiki because they do not have the full story. I get so mad when like YouTubers and stuff go to read the story and they use the Creepypasta Wiki. Like I was so mad when so I really like the Creepcast podcast, you know? And they covered the story in one of their episodes, and I was so excited. I was like, oh my gosh, are they actually going to like go over the full ARG and everything? No, they did not, because they used the Creepypasta Wiki. Do not use the Creepypasta Wiki. Go to the Janusable Wiki. The Janusable Wiki actually has they did a fantastic job. Pretty much all my screenshots come from that website. They did a fantastic job documenting everything. They have like every single little thing pretty much that you could possibly want from the story. So do not go to the Creepypasta Wiki. The Creepypasta Wiki only has the first arc. So yeah, don't do it. And you can watch, all the videos are still up and running on Jedusable's YouTube channel. I'm not sure if he has like a playlist for all of them, but like they're all in chronological order. So if you go from like oldest, you can find it just easy peasy, just fine. Yeah, that's the end of my slide. I didn't put an extra silly slide. I should have. Oh well. But yeah, that's the end of my spooky panel, and just in time because it is almost the witching hour. It is almost the end of Halloween. So yeah, thank you everybody for joining in. I guess I can. Oh wait, that's wrong. That's the wrong button. I can go back to normalize. Wah! Jump scare. Yeah, thank you everybody for indulging me in my silly little my favorite horror ARG. I like I said, I really like this story, and there's so much misinformation about it because it was spread apart for so long. So oh my gosh, thank you so much for the donation. I'm sorry, unfortunately, I just updated OBS and it is acting weird, so I cannot read the message. My computer got possessed. How about that? Thank you so much. I appreciate the spooky donation. Ah. Yeah, I hope you all learned something from today. I really wanted to stream something yesterday, but unfortunately I was going through some stuff yesterday, but I'm okay. Don't worry about it. So you know, maybe I'll do something tomorrow to make up for it as like a final like ode to spooky month and whatnot. Yeah. So that'll be it from me for today. I hope you all had a very, very happy Halloween. And yeah, I'll see you all next time. Have a beautiful day. Bye. That was such a squeaky one.